Hello everybody! Welcome to a standalone, kind of one-off video of Foxman Plays Planet Coaster. Now that may sound like I don't play this game. Quite the opposite. I play a lot of it. If you've been around my channel, if you're subscribed, you know that I do a Planet Coaster creative series and a career series. The creative series, I'm very slowly going through that, very meticulously designing stuff. Maybe some people think I spend too much time with terrain and terraforming, but I love it. I think it's great fun. I've also been going through the career mode because this game has a career mode, and I think it's a great way to learn how to play the game. Really, it's almost like a tutorial, really. But when you say tutorial, it seems kind of boring. So I think by naming it career mode, maybe they get more people to do it and really learn about the different aspects of the game. And then there's a challenge mode. So this is something I plan to do later in my in time on my channel. I just want to get through all of the career mode, show that stuff off, and then I'm going to transition that career series into the challenge mode. However, I wanted to make this video kind of now because I've seen a lot of people doing the challenge mode over maybe the creative mode in some instances, because it gives some goals, it gives some objectives, and really helps kind of maybe guide people along a bit more. And I think that's great. However, I haven't seen many people playing it on hard mode, and I've been dabbling in it kind of in my off time, and I was like, hey, hard mode is difficult, but I kind of figured it out. I think I figured it out, at least the start of it. So that's what this video is all about today. So I'm just going to jump into it and show you guys the method that I've done to just get a good start so that we can maybe have a more prosperous and comfortable career mode on the hard difficulty in the long run. You know, it's like it's like they say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, or you're building a house, you got to have a good foundation, so on and so forth. So I think the first few days, or I guess months, of the challenge mode is fairly crucial to your long-term success and all that. So let's get into it. I'm just gonna select deciduous because, you know, whatever. I'm gonna call this, let's just call it hard one. You know you know what I'm talking about. Let's hit start new and let's just go. Let's get doing the duties. All right, so achieve scenery rating of 40. The thing about the challenges too, I'm gonna hit pause, is that the kind of random, I guess. You can start with different challenges every time you do it, even if it's the same, you know, deciduous, whatever. I think when I tried to do it, they were going on about having certain ratings with roller coasters and whatnot. So, but you want to do the challenges. They don't say here, but when you complete it, it'll be green and then it'll say, you know, accept your money, and they'll give you, I don't know, $500, $1,000, so on and so forth. So the tricky thing, I mean, we've got a lot of space here, right? And ultimately, I think you want to use that. You want to do, to me, the best thing about playing the game is doing the terraforming and having unique, interesting looking spaces, so on and so forth. But for this video, for this start of the park, it's going to look not good. It's going to be pretty compact. Basically, the intention is to be more efficient early on in the game, so we can build up some cash, get things researched, just generally get a good balance in the park. And then once you get to that point, you can start to say, okay, I want to spend some money on terraforming. I want to start planning out certain areas over here. And you can more freely do that without having to worry about going bankrupt. So that is the intention of this kind of one-off video. I'm not starting a challenge series right now. That will come later on my channel. So if you like what you see and you're interested in seeing a long-term challenge mode, maybe hit that subscribe button. And like I said, I've got the creative series and the career series going on. So you can always watch those while you wait. So first things first, I mean, we start with $2,000. You can't take out any loans. If we go to our finances here and loans, that's why it's the hard mode, right? So we need to make sure we're spending our money wisely, and it's almost like there is a process that they're just not telling you. Now, with many things in life, there are many ways to skin a cat, as they say, right? There's multiple ways of doing something. That may be the case with the hard mode, but this is the first method that I've finally figured out that worked for me and worked pretty well. So I'm generally going to stick with it. But hey, that's what the comment section is for. So if you see my way and you're like, oh, but I've got this other way and maybe it's even more efficient, get the comments going. All right, let's get a discussion going. This is I guess an educational video with regards to video games anyways. So first things first, we need to build the money makers, right? So we've got 2 rides here, but I found it's more important to focus on Wild Blue just because it's got more fear, it's got more excitement. The Naj is up there, but not so much that people are going to be sick. And then you've got the Venetian Carousel, which is kind of more for the kids, and the fun rides, which is fine. We're going to want to do that, but that's kind of secondary right now because it's not going to be pulling in a lot of money if that's the only ride in the park. So we need a really good start. So we're going to be doing this, but I'm also going to do a little bit of a framework to get a few shops and stuff going. And I want those shops kind of in a central-ish location closer to the entrance. Again, just because I don't want to spend too much money with paths, which do cost money. So I'm going to start. I'm also going to use the grid because I love the grid. And I'm going to build kind of a segment for eventually it will be, you'll see, I don't want to spend too much money on this, but maybe I can, yeah. So then we'll do another one here, and then we'll go up this way. So it's going to be kind of like a closed loop, and then on this other side we're going to continue the path, although I'll probably make it wider because I don't want there to be too much congestion. But we're going to start it nice and small now. And I need to make sure it's long enough because I want to have like a shop here, shop here, shop here, shop here, shop here, shop here, and then at least we've got this one block for the queue. And that's really not even necessarily going to be enough. You know what? Maybe I should go, let's go one more. So we can kind of have 1.5 blocks for the queue. So we go like that, right? Yes. Okay. So for now, I'm not gonna loop this around because I don't need it, but this will be symmetrical. It'll be a loop. We're gonna get 6 shops in there eventually, but that is not the most important thing to be doing right now. What we really want to do is get a ride over here and give ourselves some good I was gonna say space. We don't know. Ignore that train of thought. I'm going to switch just to this because it's a bit cheaper right now, just to line stuff out a little bit. It does cost some money. But let me see here. Let's go to rides now. Wild Blue. I'm going to rotate this guy. As well, we want it kind of closer to this path here so that when we build the exit, we get basically one free exit. And the exit can be short. You don't need it to be long or anything like the queue. So I think, you know, this should be good enough. Something like that. Actually, and yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna spend too much time trying to make everything pretty in this series. Or in this video, I should say. So let me undo this. Obviously, we're not making back all the money we spent on that, but it's okay. So we're gonna place the entrance, which is gonna be kind of on this side. In terms of the queue length, there's still, in my head, I'm trying to figure out, do you want a longer queue so you can have everybody in there? Do you want a shorter queue? Because if it's shorter and it's full, people would complain that the queue is too full. If it's longer, then people will complain it's too long. But then you can also have more people in there and waiting. So it's like, it's kind of a balancing act, but we're not going to be too worried about it. You'll see that we're still going to be making enough bank regardless. So yeah. So we'll just kind of center this by eye. I'm not going to, again, worry about that too much. And then let's connect this guy. Oh, he's going to be like that, eh? I'm going to do it like that with the weird little kink because I'd rather it be squared up with this path. And that's fine. That's fine. We're not going to worry about scenery or anything for a while. That will come later. Obviously, they're not going to be super stoked to be waiting without any scenery, but it's not going to be something where people are just not going to go on the ride at all. Just scenery makes it easier for them to wait in a longer line, a longer queue. As well, they might be willing to spend a little bit more on the ride. But again, this is all about the start and the essentials. So we've got 188 bucks left. Let's just hit start and let's go. I mean, the way I'm setting this up too is just like, whatever. There's probably, other ways you could do it. But this seemed, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. This seemed to work fairly well for me. As well, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some money into this stuff. And the reason for that is because if they have to spend a little money to come in here, you see these people went to walk out, they're like, oh shit, remember we paid money to come in here? Why don't we go back and see if we can get, some value out of our money? So just enough to kind of keep them in here, but not so much that they don't want to come in, right? So you can see this is filling up. We're already making a lot of money back. And as soon as I make, if we go to our rides here, excuse me, as soon as I make 1,200, I am going to get ready. Actually, probably closer to 1,300 to 1,400 because we're going to have to spend a little bit of money on the pathway. Then we will get the other one in place. And I'm just going to put it probably on this other side. I could have put this guy on this side or whatever, but I want to kind of keep the kids' rides on one side and more of the teenager adult rides on another side, so that when they come off this one, they kind of, come down here, right? They don't have to crisscross too much and add to the congestion. Again, some of this stuff I'm talking about might not matter too much. It might matter more than I go over it, or more than I suggest, but anyways, as well, we can actually probably get this up a few bucks just because the hype is there, but we're going to want to react if they say it's too expensive. We will want to lower it. Yeah, queuing that long, yada, yada, yada. Another thing about, so we've got mechanics and janitors and stuff. Before we get janitors, we will get some garbage, and we're going to wait to get a mechanic until we actually need one, because yes, he can do inspections and stuff. Look at that, we've already made 600 bucks. He can do inspections and such, but for this initial thing, our money is just going to be spent better on getting another ride, and we'll be able to do that sooner than this guy will break down. So yeah, it'll be a bit of a blip when it does break down, but it'll be okay. It's something we can survive, at least. So let's see, do these guys, they still don't think it's too expensive. I'm upping it to 12 bucks. Okay. So we'll get another ride in, and then after that, the first thing we're going to put in is actually, it's going to be a bathroom, because the thirst and the food is something that more comes from people being in the park longer. So if we were to put in a Chief Beef right now, we'd be losing money on it, because people are basically coming in, they're going on this one ride, and then they're leaving, right? There's not much to do. So the more stuff you have to do, then the more their various stats will decrease, or so, you know, they'll have an increased thirst, they'll have an increased hunger, they might be more likely to say if they're running out of money to go and use the ATM, and you can even charge them to use the ATM, stuff like that. And I will be charging them to use the bathroom, just a bit, because if they really gotta go, they gotta go. So we should look at some of these people. It's pretty, prices are pretty extreme. All right, so I will lower this back down to 11, but we're almost up to 1200. And the thing with this game, I find, is you don't want to do too many changes too sudden. At some point, when we get a lot more scenery and there's a lot more stuff to do, we will actually be able to increase this ride. It's not like 12 bucks is always going to be too expensive for this ride. It's going to evolve. So once, yeah, we made some money. Not quite as much as the first month. We do have 1200. So let's take some time to finish some of this path. But yeah, once we get more scenery and stuff, this, you know, will be much more tolerable. It's an easier pill to swallow, right? So people will be more willing to spend more money on it. Let's just pause it for now while I do have the 12,000 and get this ride in. So, of course, this is more of a kids ride. It's going to capture a bit of the family group, which tends not to be quite as numerous as the teen and adult standalone group, but still, it's almost like a third. So we want to capture that, and this is going to help that for those families coming in. So similarly, I'm just going to kind of, this one doesn't need quite as long a queue. Let me go, how much? I'm just going to roughly place it again. But yeah, we don't need as long a queue. Where is the little dude? Okay, he's there. We'll just go like that, let's say. We'll put the entrance on this side. We'll actually kind of put it back here so we have more room. Another thing to remember, you know, I've talked about this in other videos of mine, but when you're doing queues and different rides, try to put the queues for two rides, you know, side by side, or ass to ass, I guess, right? Because when you start doing scenery, you're basically increasing the effectiveness of the scenery. It will benefit both queues. If we put a ride like this in a queue here, and then a ride like this in a queue here, then we've got to do a completely another set of scenery and such. And that's something long term, when you're making your park look nice and all that, you might decide to do that. But again, early on, the dollars really count a lot more, so you got to make sure that you're spending them well, appropriately. So that's just, again, something to keep in mind for our next kind of adult teen ride. We're probably going to plop it over here. So yeah, let's go and place our exits. Actually, let's go back and finish this path first. How much money do I have? Not much, but enough to get some of that going. Yeah, already insufficient funds. It's okay, though. It's okay. We can still place this because this is part of the, you know, the ride. Although this part we can't really do any more of. So let's hit play again. Make some more money on this guy quickly. There we go. We've got 54 bucks, which might be enough. That works. This is probably a bit longer of a queue than we would need for this ride, but it's no biggie. And then how much do I have left? 13. I would like to just finish this up if I can, although I know I won't be able to. We can get at least one more. Yeah, so let's go back to play. More people are going to come in here. People will come in here, spend a bit of money in a minute here. I'm just going to leave this at the default price for now. It's like $3.50, I think. We should be able to up it in time. We've also got to wait for families to actually come in here. Oh, shoot. You know what I forgot to do? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. There we go. We lost a few potential sales there, but maybe... You see, people kind of go to leave, and then they're like, no, I spent money to be here. I'm going to see if maybe there's something else to do. So, that's why you want to charge a little bit. There we go. So now, soon I'm going to want to get some garbage and some bench. I guess we can maybe even do some of that stuff now. Let's do some bins. Or bin. And this will help us until we do get a janitor. Would like you to kind of be on the edge there. That's fine. And it's a good practice, I feel, to put them at the exit of rides, even not crazy rides. But yeah, if people are gonna be sick or something, as well by all the food shops and such, just put them every once in a while. And let's get a few benches. I will sneak. I could probably sneak 2 in here. Sneak 1 right here for now. Yeah. A couple more. So we made 6. So we're making the money. It's gonna start picking up more and more in time. We'll do this. This inside area is going to be for shops. So now, actually, I should have done that already. We've already made back $200. So as soon as we make back $200, that's when we want to put in a washroom. I've done it. I used to do it where I would put in a Shake Shack or a Moo Shake, whatever the heck we're calling them, or whatever they actually are called, and like a Chief Beef. And they never really quite seem to sell. Like, I would put them in day 1. But it's actually more important to get the rides in first, let them go for a while, get a few more rides, because then people are spending more time in here, and then they're actually building up their hunger meter. So if you put the Chief Beef in there, you're going to be losing money every month, and, you know, that can be the make or break in your park at the start. So, yeah, just something to keep in mind. For my experiences, we're going to just do the custom because, again, it's early on, and while the scenery and the aesthetics are nice, they're not absolutely crucial at this stage. So I'm just going to do them kind of along this side, and then we'll do some more guys along this side. Now, one thing I actually want to do to place these buildings a little bit more nicely, I'm going to show you how I do this. We're going to select grid. How did it go? So we've got, let me see here. 1, 2. Yeah, this is the central one. Oh, this doesn't quite work. Okay, let me do this instead. Let me do this instead. You'll see. I think you'll see. This works better when you're doing because the queue is going to be 1.5 of these long. But I think I might be able to show you how to do this. Basically, there's a way if you build all of the paths around where the plot where you want to put the building, except for the plot, it makes it a lot easier to kind of center it on that plot. So this one, we want basically... Oh wait, let's go back to paths. I'm sorry. Sorry, this is a tutorial gone wrong. But at least we can get it right like that. And then we want the shop to be halfway there. So we go to shops. And by shop, I mean the shitter. We can still eyeball this. So if we press X, now we can at least get it equal on either sides. Does that look about equal? That's pretty close. And then as well, from this point to kind of here, and this point to kind of here. So we want them approximately the same. And it's kind of harder to tell here when it's not just one cell. We're dealing with 1.5 cell. So that is definitely going to be a bit trickier. But I'm fairly content with that. So we're going to hit like that. And then I'm going to go back to all these paths. And undo them for now. But oopsies. Oh lordy. Now that we at least have one in place. Excuse me. Here, let's undo. Undoing is easier. Now that we have one in place, it's going to be easier to do the others. Because I do want there to be, you know, a bit of a queue. Maybe 1 square would have been enough. But 1.5 just gives us that little bit of extra room for people to wait for their shakes and for the shitter. Usually they get the shake first and then they go to the shitter, but you don't need food and drink for people to still need to use the washroom in this game, and that was kind of something in my head I kind of needed to get over. I always used to put the food and drink first. You know, it's declining. It happens. Let's just check out the ticket price here. They're still okay with that. This is fast. So I'm actually going to up this to $4 for now. So once we get to 200, that's when I'm going to get the drink shack going on. And I might even increase the price of this. See, we are making money. Missed sales last month. Hopefully we can get that down. Okay, so pause it. You know what? I am going to up this just a bit. $1. I don't know, you know, in terms of the balance here, I just figure that if you're bringing your family, you've got the money to spend. So I do a $1 more. You could probably do it. I don't know if it would make sense. It doesn't make sense to do them both the same amount, because then why have 2 different categories? The family should cost more, but it should still be a deal, right? You're bringing a family of 4, you get in for $3. If you're going in by yourself, it costs $2. You know, this is a pretty good deal. We might even be able to justify increasing it a bit more, but I'm not going to worry about that. So now we want to get the Cosmic Cow milkshake going on. And you know what? I'm going to do it again. Just to make sure we get it just right. Okay. Back. We'll hit X. And oh yeah, that does make it easier. Now the grid is based off of this building. So yeah, this is even easier. So basically, if you see the blue line, and then there's a slight gap. So we want this to go over just like so. And you can see that's actually connected now. And then we want the back end to have the same slight gap. There we go. So that's an easy way to get it pretty darn close to center. I know there are certain tools and stuff for snapping to center, so on and so forth. I'm not sure if that works on the ground though, and if it does, what the hotkey would be for it. All right, that's the sounds he makes when you plop one of those guys. So let's get going. So now people are, you know, they're spending a little more time in here. We can justify getting this this stuff going on. And then once we get back up to 200, I am going to put the meat. Alright, so this is broken down. This is our cue to obviously hire a mechanic. We can't fix it without. People are going to leave. We're going to lose a bit of money, but then as soon as it's fixed, they're going to come back and we're going to make the money back. And we're now at a kind of a point where we can afford the monthly salary of this guy. Anyway, so let's get him going. As well, how much does it cost to refurbish? We can't afford it yet. It's okay. The next time it's kind of getting inspection, maintenance, whatever, we'll do the refurbishment. I feel that's a generally, I mean, yeah, you want to refurbish it to make sure it just doesn't outright break down, because then you're spending more time to fix it. As well, it's a huge deal to make sure you're training the personnel you do have to make them more effective and productive and happy. They like being trained, and as well increase the amount of money you're paying them after. It doesn't have to be a ton of money. But look at that, we're still, park rating's gone up. Do we have any more challenges? Oh, we do. Achieve monthly profit from rides of 750. So we might actually achieve that not too long from now. Pause it. Look at, we're making money a bit faster than I'm expecting. Good enough to get a chief beef. So let's do the old select grid. There we go. And then plop the chief beef in. Oopsies, one too many. There we go. Hit X just so we can, it's a little bit harder because we don't have the road path on this side, so we've got a bit bigger of a gap, but we can actually go based on here. So let's get this slightly over. Looks pretty good. And then I'm just gonna line up the ass of this building. And you know, this is a beautiful thing about this game too. We can always come back and move this stuff later. This is not like how I would have this park go in the long term. This is just the beginning. We want to make a ton of money, and then, you know, we'll pretend it's 10 years in the future. We're doing a big park renovation and all that, and do terraforming and stuff. This is just to get things going in the start, to get a stable-ish park. So we get that going, and then soon we will get a janitor, because you can see some of these trash bins are getting full. So one thing I will do, path, let's go to this guy. Alright, now I'm going to deselect, go like this. There we go. So it's nice and centered, and we want this to be wider for the future, just so there's more room, and then we can put more rides and stuff. I might even want to buy a okay, yeah, look at this guy's starting to overflow, so that's a great opportunity for us to hire one before they tell us. Get him going, get him trained up. And as well, since we're making some bank, let's start our first research project. Alright? So, I feel like sometimes I personally would want to go for a coaster sooner, but we can make a lot of money just from the rides. Having a few thrill rides and a few kid rides. So that's what I try to do at this stage, is just kind of ease into it a bit more, get a few more thrill rides, because you can still make some good bang from them. And the more you have, it kind of gets more people into the park, and it might reduce the queue time on some of the other rides if people have more opportunities. So again, we're gonna go, we could do a thrill ride or we could do a family ride, but we know the thrill ride is kind of where a lot of the money is to be made, and then the kid rides are kind of, or family rides are more of a secondary, just to make that other group of people happy and keep them in the park. But yeah, definitely thrill rides is where we're gonna make money. So I'm gonna do this now, and we'll just keep it at 500. And, you know, profits are going to be a bit slow because of that. But once we get this second thrill ride in, that's a major tipping point. That's a major tipping point. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink. It's good to check this every once in a while. Sometimes I'll miss a notification or something if I'm too focused on something else. You know, so here we're making money, which is great. Here, you know, I'm not going to change the prices of these things. Actually, you know what I did forget to do? Shoot. I meant to charge $1 for that. Lifetime profit. Oh, because we have to wait. It hasn't been around for months, but you can see we're actually making money. A lot of the times I'll put in a chief beef or something and they lose money. It's just because you're doing it too soon, right? You need to make sure people are in the park for a certain amount of time. If we look at them, right? Well, okay, his happiness, he's not that happy. Looks too intense. It's too expensive. Let's bring it down then. Let's go back to the 350. Although, that, you know what? $4 is fine. That's just one person. You can't make everybody happy. Considering how much I paid for park entry. Oh, shut your mouth. Fine. You know what? All right, let's reduce it back down to 350. Get more people on it. We might end up making more money by having it be cheaper if more people are willing to go on it. Anyways, there's no queue time, so okay, this guy's doing his thing. We're up to 730. You know, it kind of goes up and it goes down. What was the other one? At least 80 seconds. Scenery rating of 40. Well, we don't have any scenery, but we will get some. And we will make it awesome at some point. How are you guys feeling about the cost? It's so expensive. All right, let's go back down to 10. 10 should get some more people in. I might have, you know, we are making good money from those tickets. And I can't remember when I first did this. I kind of increased the price on these slowly. Even up like another $1 or $2 on each. But that's when we have a lot more stuff. So let's see how our research is going. Because this is, remember, this is taking $500 a month currently. Okay, another thing we want to do is constantly be looking at our staff that we do have. We want them to be happy. You know, he's got it pretty good. But when you can train them, I think it's generally worth it to train them or give them a few more bucks a month. So I'm not going to train them just because we need to save money to build the next ride as soon as it's in. But this should at least keep him a little bit happier. This guy, he's only got a couple rides, so we're not going to train him just yet. But again, it is super important to do that. He is quite happy, but I'm still going to bring him up to 300 because it's just a little, and it goes a fairly long way, I feel. So the queue here, I mean, it was nighttime. Let's see. It's too expensive. This one I don't. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to keep this price. I'm going to reduce this because clearly I set this up too high, too early. When I was previously testing this out, I must have done $1 and $2 for longer. I think that's going to make a huge difference because you know. A lot of families are paying in to get here, and then they're like, oh, I gotta pay for this as well. But if they only have to pay $2 versus $3, it makes a big difference. Here you can actually see now we're getting a lot of people coming and waiting. And even in here, it looks like this is getting a bit longer, all because of the $1. But that doesn't mean we're going to keep it at that. You know, you got to react slowly. There needs to be a reason. So if we're going to raise the ticket price, it means that, oh snap, it means that we've got more stuff in the park, right? We can't just raise the ticket price for the sake of it, because people will complain. Okay, so we've got this guy. If I go to rides, you'll see he costs $26.80. So we need to save up. So this is like I said, the crucial one right here. You can see we're going up, we're going down, we're going up, we're going down, but it's kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. Let's see how we're doing here. See, we're making money on that. We're making money on this. We're even making some money on this. The one janitor is more than enough for our current park, as is the mechanic. Now we're up slowly. You know, I've contemplated doing a time lapse for this episode in certain segments while we wait for the money to get up. But instead, I'm just going to talk about poutine. I'm Canadian, if you haven't noticed, and I love poutine. And I just want everybody to try it. I know there are a lot of people that are in the States and they say, hey, but I can't get it. Well, you know what? It's a long queue. So, because it's a long queue, we might actually, let's increase it to $10.50. See how they like that. Because if there are people in the long queue, you know, they want to go on the ride. That means they're willing to maybe pay a little bit more money. So we'll constantly check that. How are you guys? So this is good. This is good. I wonder if I could now bring this up to $4 now that the family price to get in is down a bit. Let's see how that is, and we'll react to it. But yeah, poutine is good. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. They might know some kind of bars and pubs that have it. It's a really good bar, you know, menu to have on a menu item to have for our bar. This goes great with beer. Oh man, so good. All right, so they're still pretty happy with this. It was quick. Queue looks fast. You know, it's not too bad. There's a bit of waiting. Of course, yes, the scenery rating is still low. We will get to that. I'm actually going to bring this up to 11 now. Back up, and we'll see. This is making money. I'm going to train these guys at some point. But like I said, it takes $100, $200 to train them, and we need to save that money. We are slowly going up. You know, a couple minutes ago we were just breaking the 1,000 barrier. And that's one other aspect of the challenge mode. I think sometimes people think, well, I just need to keep adding stuff and doing stuff to make more money. Sometimes it's just sitting back and waiting, honestly. At least initially. It's very important to go at a proper pace. Once we have 1 million rides and we're making so much money, it's you know, you can basically constantly be building stuff. You don't really need to wait it out at that point. But you need to build a good foundation. Look at this. We got a good queue here. So we've got the good balance in terms of the ticket price. We've made a profit. Not a huge one, but we made a profit. And yeah, you can see these lines. People are still waiting. They're going on. Nothing's broken down. There's not a ton of litter. Looks like we're gonna break $2,000 in not too long. Let's see how they feel about this. So I don't know. I might up this to $11.50. Let's see how that does it for them. There we go, 2,000. So we need to get 20. Was it 2,800? I believe. 2,680. Okay, it's even better. So we'll get that. We'll place this ride, and like I said, that's going to really get a lot more money in. It's going to attract new visitors. It's not going to take away people from this queue. If anything, we're just going to have just as many people here and just as many people over here. This is broken down. I really wouldn't mind refurbishing this, but like I said, we can't afford it yet. But don't worry, we're gonna, we had to refund that money. It's gonna all come back in 2 seconds. It's okay. See, people are coming back in. It's getting back up there. The key is just to make sure that it's fixed quickly. There you go. Watch this. Actually, this queue is still got a ton more room. People are coming back. So we're making money from people coming back into the park, and then we're making more money from people coming into here. Is it too expensive for them though? No, it's still pretty good. 2,200, almost 23. Look at this. It's a thing of beauty. It's a beautiful thing. So 24, 25. So we 2,680. We can build the new one. We'll probably want to get it closer to 2,800 though, just because we're going to need to do the pathway. And then, oh, you know what? I forgot to check. Oh, we still don't have 750. We've got to be getting close though. A lot of that profit is coming from the food. Look at that, 482, 130. The cheap beef is killing it. Even 45 from the bathroom. This is quite nice. So we got just over 2,600 now. All right. Get ready for it. Let's go. You know what? Let's just get it going now. Because we got over. No, wait. We need 2,680. My bad. Let's go at 27. We'll do it. We'll do it then. Come on. This queue is full though. So we're not going to be making any more money for a little bit until this... Well, I shouldn't say it's full, but the queue looks too long to people right now. So that's why a lot aren't going in. But these guys are going to leave. And these guys are going to go in. They're going to go in. There we go. 2,700. And like I said... we could put the ride over on this side. It probably wouldn't matter too much. But I kind of like the idea of keeping kids' rides close-ish. So the next time we do one, we'll put it on this side. Just it's quicker, it's easier. They come out of the exit and then they come down and go over here. It's really not that many steps to go on this side, but it's more like people crossing each other's paths and stuff is a little bit inefficient. So we go to rides. Go to this bad boy. And as I said, we want to try and make it so we're sharing the queue or sharing the scenery between the two queues. It makes it more efficient. So we're gonna just get this guy like, yeah, we could even just go like pretty darn close. That should work. Place entrance. We'll put it pretty much as far back as we can get it. Place the exit nice and center-ish. That looks about right. And we've got 27 bucks left, so we might not finish. That's okay. Let's actually, we could go right there. No, that corner's just going to be way too busy because that's the... Although, yeah, let's just do that, actually. Is that a good idea? I don't know. Normally, I would have put it right here, but... Alright. In terms of money, I'm actually upping this to 9 bucks. We'll see how that does. People might complain, but... I don't know, what's this one? This one's 1150. How do they feel about that? They're fine with it. We're making bank on it. This one's good too, because I think it's a bit more in terms of the intensity. The fear is 4.5. The excitement is 4.6. Oh no, this one has more. Okay. Nausea. So they're actually pretty similar. Huh. I think in real life I'd probably prefer to go on this one, but both look like they'd be a fun time. So look at how much money we're making back already. All right, this is bonkers in a good way. So we're gonna go to our research tab. We're gonna start some more research. So we've got another thrill ride, which we'll probably do at some point. But I'm doing a bit of the back and forth, right, to keep both crowds happy. So we're gonna do this family ride first. And you know what? I'm also going to start, because it's kind of cheap, we can do the different themes to get some scenery going. There's the Western, sci-fi, there's fairy tale, there's pirates. We also have special effects, and there's different shops and such, and of course coasters, but I'm just going to go with pirate, I think. I like the pirate stuff, and we can kind of just spam it all around and then start to get the scenery rating up. And because of that, we can start to increase the price of the rides. I just got some kind of achievement. Oh, challenge experience. I don't know what that is. Look at that. We almost made 2,000 bucks. Ah, here we go. So there's another $1,000 for getting a monthly profit from rides of $750. Money in the bank. This is good. So let me go to our dudes. I'm actually going to start training them now that we've got a little bit more available cash. First, the janitor. He's pretty happy, actually. And I still think he's more than capable of handling this park, but at some point we might want to get another dude. And I'm just going to increase his salary by 10 bucks. It's not a huge hit to me, but it makes a big difference to him. There's $290 for that, but again, it's going to help out a lot, and we'll actually do $320 for you. Now, because we make a decent amount of money from here, I'm also going to... How much money do we have? Okay, it's broken down. You know what? We need to actually... While it's broken down, we're going to refurbish this. We've got some money. We've got some time while we're researching the other thing. But yeah, this guy, we're going to train him. And we're going to put him at 160 for now. And you know what? We're making a profit from here too. Let's maybe, by training them, we might make more profit because they're able to serve people more quickly. So we'll do that. Bathroom, we don't need to worry about that. Also, another thing, I can remove those for now. So there we go. Let's take another quick look. People are pretty happy with this. We're making some money, not a ton, but we're not losing money, and that's very important. This guy's going up. This guy's doing very well. Looks fast. It was quite quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to up this to 10. Not queuing that long. Let's just see what 12 does. Let's see what 12 does. Once we get this other family ride in, I'm going to up the ticket price by $1 for the standard and for the family. Oh, here we go. Is ready. Oh, that's the pirate scenery. Okay, I'm going to save that for a bit before I actually use it, but it's nice to have it. And there might be some other small research we can do. Hat's fantastic. You know what? That's a relatively small amount. Let's get that out of the way. People can buy some hats. We'll start researching the next thrill ride after we place the next family ride. Okay, this is coming along quite nicely. Look at, like I said, these lines are filling up. People are... It's full. that means we can actually up the price. Generally, I mean, if people are in there, they're willing to pay. And I think it's going to be the same thing for this. They're both this, you know, the same stats. So we'll see about that. Okay, we're at $3,000. You know, I don't know how long I'm gonna go on with this video. I'd at least like to get to one roller coaster, which we'll do soonish. But I just want to show you kind of how things are starting to get a little bit more comfortable, right? You've got a little more wiggle room for error at this point, so you don't kind of really need to stick to certain strategy or checklist. We could up this to speed it up, but you know what? It's almost done anyway, so let's just let it do its thing. And how is this doing? Lifetime ticket sales. This number used to be 30 something. So it's actually, it is getting better. I like it. I like it. So we will raise the price. Alright, there we go. We're going to reveal this guy. We're going to build this guy. Go to rides. Oh, the whirly freaking rig. I always forget that it's this one. Alright, well, let's get it over here so we can share the queue. I'm just going to bring it back a little bit and place the entrance kind of like there. The exit, just center it as much as we can by eye. And then connect this mofo. Can we... Yeah, I want to do it on this corner, kind of like how we've done it there. That's not so bad. We should get some more, maybe... Oh, okay, wait, pause it for a second. Exit. Let's see, 190, yeah, while it's broken down, let's fix that. Let's open this guy, and let's get some more benches and bins as a basic. Oh, now we can do, yeah, let's switch over to doing these badass pirate bins. Just standard practice, I like to put a couple at the exit of each ride. You know what, maybe we should put a couple there as well. And let's get some benches. Ah, good old pirate bench. Here we go. We can squeeze a couple in on either side. Not going to be too finicky again. This is just to show you guys what the basics are. Okay. Now let's hit play. Look at all these. Oh, they love the whirly rigs. This is insane, though. Yeah, you are getting a price bump to $6 freaking. You like that song, don't you? Don't you? Lifetime profit is gonna. Don't worry, just wait until like it's full. That's not a short queue either. Wowzers. This is the family ride of the century, I tells ya. Alright, how are they digging the price on this? It's too expensive. Fair enough, let's bring it back to 12. And you know what I am going to do, though? Let's see if we can bring this back up to 2 and 3. 4 missed sales. Lifetime ticket sales. But you remember when I said when we first started, it was just $1 for standard and 2 for family because... that helps people. Look at these people. They're not leaving because they're like, oh, right, we spent money to be in here. Let's go and see if there's something else. If they don't have to pay, then I think a lot more people leave, it seems. But I'm not positive of that because I never really paid so much attention to that previously. So, you know. take what I say sometimes with a grain of salt. But look at, hey, we're making money. You know, proof is in the pudding. We've got 5,000 bucks. Let's get some more research going. Hat's Fantastic is done. I might plunk that in just for shits and giggles. I don't know if we have enough people that it would make a ton of money. So we might have to shut it down if it's not. But yeah, let's get a thrill ride going. Or not a thrill ride, a coaster. We could build our own. I know we could currently do that, but I kind of just want to put in one of the pre-made ones because I know they'll relatively do well, and you know, I don't have to spend a ton of time. Some of these things we might just want to research now just to have as well because they're cheap, like 200 bucks. Sure, we'll get a couple of those guys going. And now that I've got $6,000 and we're waiting for the roller coaster research, I am going to do a bit of scenery with the pirate stuff. This isn't going to look pretty or anything, but, you know, let's just get it. Let's get it going. We'll put that guy there. There's a Kraken. Rowboat. There's like a bigger boat somewhere. Like a boat. Ship. The shipwreck. Oh, galleon. Oh! Alright. How much does this cost? You know what? Let's live a little. Let's put them right here. This should be... Oh my goodness. That should go a long way. 41. I guess it is a bit far, but it is helping already. And then we can get a couple of these guys shooting at these jackasses. Get away from our ships and our cargo. What else do we have? Oh, I like the cannons actually. I had the cannons were up here. Let's just kind of alternate them. There you go. Still making bank. Look at 83 and 81. I'm pretty happy with that. This line is crazy though. It's so expensive. Let's bring it down to 550 then. Because we did up the... Actually, just $5. We did up the price of the admission here. Look at though. And 0 missed sales. Has been fixed. Didn't know it was broken. Don't care. Look at that money. Look at that money, honey. And let's go back to our staff as well. Every once in a while, it's good practice. Let's start with the janitor. Get him trained up. Oh yeah, baby. And we'll give you 150. Mechanic. Alan, how's it hanging? Alan Iverson. 300 bucks, worth it. And you're gonna be at, you know what, 340. Because you're important. You keep everything running, man. This is a sweet ship, though. They should just let people go on this and look at it. You know? Let's see. You know, I could put... Should we try and put another shop in here? Let's just do it. I will put a... Let's put the... What was it? The hat shop? We got the hot dogs as well, but... I don't want to infringe on the burger territory until they're like, oh... We need more burgers as well. This needs to come forward a little bit. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that's good. It's been fixed. Oh yeah, we definitely gotta do some refurbishments on some of these other guys. Didn't quite make as much money that month. Let's see, is this still too expensive? No, it's full. They love it. That's not too expensive. That's full. It's full. I'm upping this to 12 just to see. This one's 12, right? Yeah. So challenges, what do we have? Roller coaster, scenery of 40. Well, I don't reckon it's that. 24. If we do some more stuff on this side, it's certainly going to help. Okay, insanity, so we're going to want to just refurbish this guy. Before we build a roller coaster, yeah, let's get some more scenery going. Let's do like, yeah, there's a fun little campsite. Let's go like that. We've already done cargo. Let's just put some ton of fires near all these kids. They're gonna learn the hard way. Oh, kids love anchors. I don't know why. They just do. There's a crane. We can maybe get one of those smaller boats as well. Oh no, pirate lookout. He's looking at all the kitties through his telescope. Yeah, we need another one over here. Okay, rowboat. Oh, heck yeah. Kind of go like this. Let's just see the scenery rating now. What are we up to? 50, 61. How about a shipwreck? Does that tickle your fancy? It does, 69%. It tickles it a lot. I don't know what else. We got ladders. Oh, these guys are kind of cool. You know what, the fires... Let's just get rid of these. These don't... Eh. They don't seem like they're as cool, maybe. Yeah, these guys are cool. Shoot at the kids in the face. That's 73, that's 84. I'd say we're doing all right. Making a little bit more money per month now. Scenery rating's only gone up a couple points. I'm over it. We could do a bunch of trees, I guess, but you know, I'm not really trying to do these challenges. I'm just trying to get the baseline. And you know what? I think we're doing a pretty good job. Oh, we got the gulpy. Alright, thank you. Got the loony balloons. And this just finished up. Alright, let's check it. I think it's time for a coaster. The madness. So this one is not for kids, as far as I can tell. Let's go maybe kind of like this. Get it sort of close. Actually, I think I want to pull it back a bit more so we have more room for a queue. We'll go to our path here. We'll just extend this. That's much, because we got the cash now. And then we go to ride entrance, which will be there, and the exit will be... Let's line it up with the exit aisle. And then we're going to connect our path. I don't quite like that. That's too short. Let's see here. Hey. Everything's breaking down on me. There we go. We don't want it too long, but you know what? That'll do. So this one we actually have to test before we can open it. So let's start the test, and while we're starting it, why don't we ride it? And I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Let's go, boys. Oh, you can hear the music too. Damn. dance to the music. Okay. This is looking good. This is looking good. Beautiful. Just beautiful. They're gonna like that. You're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee it. Money-wise, I mean, this is a roller coaster. We're at least going $12 on this for now. You know what we also need to do, though, is an exit. Thug life. And the exit can just be kind of direct. It looks ugly, but you know what? That'll do. That'll do. Sanity. What? Didn't you just break down kind of recently? Yeah. Okay, now before we forget, standard practice, you know, I feel anytime you add new infrastructure, you know, new rides and such, gotta go on, add in a few more benches and bins. Got a lot of room for benches over here. I'm just gonna do that. Spam them. Now, the thing to remember as we expand out this way, right? We're going to want to have more food and drink locations. Somewhat kind of thirsty. It looks busy. Actually, I haven't trained this dude in a while, so we'll get you trained up. Let me see here. Wait, how much are you making? Yeah. I mean, we're making money. Let's hopefully make some more money. We'll get you trained up. 170. How is this guy doing? What? People are buying hats off the hook. How? Is that gonna last? Jeez Louise. I didn't expect that. Alright, it's been fixed, man. Jeez. Take a look at you. See, this park is a bargain entry cheap. Now Venetian Carousel is cheap too. So, what I might do is actually up it a bit more and just see. Just see. And I'll keep this as is. See, it's a bargain. That one's not a bargain yet. But as we get more stuff, they might be like, oh yeah, this is a bargain. This is a bargain. So we can keep upping the price. Not too much. I mean, I think there is definitely going to be an upper limit. How do people like this guy? It's full. Oh yeah, it is full. It looks fast. So let's get this to 13. Or 4. You know what? 14. Screw it. We'll see how they like that. Scenery could be a bit better. We've got some room here. Let's get, I don't know. I'm liking the pirate theme. Yeah, cranes. People love looking at cranes. And people love looking at the $10,000. Oh man, how badass would that be? Just to put in a $10,000 pirate munitions? Yeah. Sure. Those are good. Pirate shack. Ooh. Wait, what? That is a pirate shack. Alright. Sure. It's a large one. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking statue. Hey, dudes. How goes it? Yeah, let's get a few more of these dudes shooting. I just like watching them myself. Shooting all the people in the face. In the face. And then research, if we go back to this, now there's a new coaster, Good Family Fear. So this is going back to the whole yo-yo thing, right? We've got a roller coaster for the teens and the adults. Maybe we plunk that guy in. It's more research we could do. Street Fox Coffee. We've got to do Street Fox Coffee. This because it's cheap. It's cheap. Look at, we got 17,000. We're rolling in it. You know, we could just go through. Well, you can only do 3 research at a time, but basically once one finishes up, we could pretty much justify going in and starting another one. What I think I will do, though, is because the park is expanding so much and we want to have time to get another dude trained up, we're gonna get you, and we're gonna get you, and then we are gonna go back to our current staff and just see if they can get trained. Can't train until... Alright, but that's fine. We'll get you up to 300, though. Oh, you're only level 1. Oh, you're the guy we just hired. Yeah, you're not super happy yet, but that's okay. We'll train you, though, man. Because you are the man. 350. And how about you dudes? Oh, man, such a good janitor. I'm bringing you up to not 1790, 170 a month. And then this is the new guy, right? Oh, he can already start training? Alright, good. 140 it is. Look at this. Look at these lines. How many people do we have? 763. That's bonkers. And at least 80 seconds. So we achieved that with this one. That's nice. 40-meter drop. Scenery rating of 40, which... 28. You know, we were a bit lower. We just need, you know, doing a bunch of trees and stuff like that all over the park, I think would help. But again, I'm not too worried about money now. Look, we're at 20,000. At this point, I'm not being too finicky with stuff. It's kind of going. This is a bit of a problem. I guess maybe in hindsight, I should have made this a much wider path. You can see there's some issues there. Multiple rides have long queues. Well, I can see that. Profits are good. Park ratings going up. Everything's turning up, Millhouse. So I think what I'll do is we will get the kids ride in, the roller coaster, and once that is ready and in place, we're gonna call it quits on this one, because, you know, I could just keep going and going and going, but at this point, I feel like I've demonstrated the beauty of this start. It's kind of like a standard way of doing it. I mean, there's not too many ways to do this. You know, in the shops, this was actually maybe the trickiest thing, because I didn't want to have the shops just like on one side and then the rides on another. You know, I wanted them more central, so it actually kind of made sense to do something like this, especially as they come in, right? So we can put maybe ATM stuff here. You know, we've got the hats, which are killing it. And other stuff. And then, yeah, as they go in, then there's the rides. It's kind of like you want them to have to walk by a bunch of stuff where they might impulse buy, right? We don't want to put this stuff way back here, because then they may never see it. They're just going to immediately go to the rides. But so that's my thinking. And yeah, there you go. So I just want to put in the coffee. Where is it? Street Fox Coffee. This guy I will generally eyeball. Pull you back a bit. And pull you just a hair. I'm not sure why this is not... Oh, there we go. There we go. Is off just by a hair. I think we're off by a hair there. Oh, blue's broken down. We should probably refurbish this guy too. Excuse me. Oh yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, but look at this. Now we're up to 4,000. It's just getting crazier and crazier. Coffee, you know, that's good for the adults and maybe the teens. They seem to be enjoying it already. How's this doing? The profits from Chief Beef, you know, it's good. Everything's making a profit. How are people feeling about that? 520. We should actually look at the overall guests. So these guys, they want more food and they want more to drink. Yeah, teens like to spend their money on that stuff. So I think just because they've only got one spot to buy food and well, they had one spot to buy drinks. Now that at least they've got two is the coffee. But this is where I might start doing something kind of similar to this, more on this end in preparation, because we're going to be building another roller coaster, then probably more rides, so on and so forth. So spread it out a bit, and it might help these queues. But look at how busy this is. Look at the money is crazy. Yeah, I know they have long queues, dude. How do they? It's full. It's a bargain, so we can actually probably up that to $5. Are these guys considered bargains at all? That's a bargain, so we go to 13, son. Is this a bargain too? Not yet. We could still maybe up the price. It's full. I'm not queuing that long. Yeah, you know, I feel ya. I feel ya. This is almost done. We could always start some more. Tiki cheeky. You know, different themes, special effects, more thrill rides, so on and so forth. But like I said, I'm not worried. See, you can see the red. You know, the queue is full, is full, is full, is full. Looks busy. These are kind of, in a way, good problems to have. I guess. We could always make the queues longer, but then people would also complain, oh, the queue is just like, it's longer, right? I don't want to wait that long for the ride. We just need more rides. We simply need more rides. But look at every month our profit's going up and up and up. Our rating. I dig it. And we are ready. So let's get this guy in just for some balance. Yeah. All right. All right. Looks a little wimpy, but it's for the kids. Okay, okay. I've actually seen this guy before. This is Northern Lion's favorite ride. I kind of want to have it, yeah, sort of. Let's just go with that. I hate how the supports look. They're so ugly, but place the entrance on this side. The exit will go on the aisle there. And then, yeah, this is pretty high up. Actually, you know what? Hey, go back. Go back. Excuse me, doctor. I think I know a thing or two about medicine. Stop it. Actually, you know what? Hey, go back. We'll go a little bit more, and then we'll turn it around like this. That might be a bit long. It's not straight placement either. It's okay though. That's a weird looking stair at the end. It's a little crooked. We gotta test it though. Okay, let's slow it down so we can go at normal speed. I don't want the building, I want the coaster. Oh, that song. It will haunt me forever and always. Alright, how does this ride go? Okay, it's going. It's going. Whee! You know, it might not be the craziest ride, but if you got like a niece or a nephew, go on this ride with them. Do you know how much that would mean to them? Just like having a fun time with their older cousin, or even if it's your younger brother or sister. You know, kids really look up to you. So is this the worst thing in the world? Yeah, there's no loops, but it'd be fun. And seeing kids like having a blast is fun. that's where the fun's at. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Alright. So now we can open it. Yeah. I know. We're prospering. We're prospering. Money-wise, definitely just putting that up to 10 right now. It's not even a question. Okay, let's see how that does. People are finding their way over. And like a standard operating procedure, let's get a couple bins and benches. You know, just there and there for good measure. Bam, 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 bam. Bigelow. Not even gonna bother with scenery. Look at this lineup. That's bonkers. It's not the best looking theme park by any stretch of the imagination, you know, it's kind of flat and whatnot, but there's at least some semblance of order, I would say. You know, there's rhyme to reason. Rhyme and reason? Rhyme to reason? How are these things doing? Are you still making bank? Not quite as much. People have bought their hats, you know, they're not going to buy multiple hats. Street Fox coffee, it's best coffee around, what can I say, you know? I hand select every single bean myself. Yeah, I think it might actually be eating slightly into the profits of the milkshake. But you know what? If anything, that's okay because it's going to mean that hopefully the lineup isn't quite as intense. You know, we can still train these dudes, give them more money. I think it's a very important thing to make sure that they're trained and happy, because then they're more efficient. And they're happy. They won't quit on you. That's the thing. The staff can and will quit. So yeah, you're killing it with the coffee. Absolutely killing it. So get you trained up and let you kill it, give you the opportunity to kill it more. Insanity's broken down. Should probably refurbish it. But look at this. It's quite busy. It's quite busy. Look at that. So yeah, I mean, that is, that's going to do it. I could keep going, but I think I've proven the point at this point in time. You know, we got a lot of money. Profit, it just keeps going up. We're at $7,251.45. We got a park rating. I'd say this is probably like actually a fairly standard setup. I have seen, you know, other people out there on YouTube kind of having a similar setup, but the difference is the timing at which they do certain things, and I think that's what really makes all the difference in having a park that's going to generate a lot of money and a lot of profit for you. You know, personally, this is kind of finicky. I don't really know. Maybe just rearranging the buildings and stuff, but I still think this is a pretty good idea. The rides, you can, you know, put this one over there, this one over there. But it's kind of nice to have that good flow. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about this video. Hopefully it's been beneficial. I feel like at this point, if you've kind of followed along and seen the similar results, you're probably good to kind of more freehand it and slowly research more rides, add more rides, and just make sure you follow the principles of getting your staff, keeping them trained. You know, as you expand more and more, you might need to add more staff as well. You know, we've got more garbage bins and stuff, more rides, so we might need to, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some more mechanics. I can certainly afford it at this point as well. And also just keep an eye on the ticket prices and stuff. It's full. I'm not queuing that long. You know, is not bad, but look at that, 95% scenery rating. The profit seems to be going down a bit on this one compared to this, which is weird because they're both like good. Unless maybe it's the profit went down because it was broken down. Could have been that. That freaking song, man. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And you know what? If you did, please give a like. Let other people know about this if they're having hard times with the challenge mode. Let's get going. Let's put our best foot forward, and then start making some dope ass parks. Now that you kind of have an idea of a decent way of starting, and if you have different ways of starting out, I personally would like to know about them. And if you have better ways of maybe managing this one I've done, I'm always looking to improve upon what I've already done. I think that's important. So yeah. Anyways, my voice is getting tired. This video's gone on a bit longer than maybe I intended, but there you go. Look at we're getting close to $50,000 without breaking a sweat. So yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it. I'll see you guys around the old YouTube. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe for more Planet Coaster content and other games as well. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.